Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. The Orville, season 1, episode 12. This is the season finale, people. It is called Mad Idolatry. We know why. Kelly. It has been a decent season. You can't complain. It exceeded our expectations. Seriously, right? Absada, I think nada. Not exactly a drink I would want to drink. I don't want it poured in my cup. It's not my drink of choice, no. Poor Ed Mercer, lonely. I bet he learned his lesson, though. I bet he learned his lesson because that intense, violent game of hot potato, not exactly on anybody's Friday night list of things to do, right? Outside of that, what do we have? Space hangovers. We have explored a new planet, folks. How do you think they came about this show? What do you think their writer's room was like? Let's make a show about space. Let them have a cool co-worker relationship. Show life on a ship. Let's not forget to touch bases on customs and traditions. Let's make it funny, very entertaining. I feel like every time they say their name and they're like out, I was like Seacrest out, Mercer out, Grayson out. And on the finale, it's a show about space. We need to explore a new planet. I'm not hating on the show. I think it's smart. Definitely see a season 2 on the way. So the title is dedicated to our girl Kelly. She ends up making contact with the little girl. Little girl makes contact with a rock. Boop. Blood starts coming off of her head. She takes her healing device and puts it over the little girl's forehead, and the wound goes away. The locals see it, and so now the little girl's like, Kelly. She's now idolized and treated as if she is the savior of this place that everybody else would treat her like, hey girl, you are contaminating the land. So now we have this whole cultural contamination problem. Powerful word if you think about it. Cultural contamination. So much out there we can say is contaminating our culture, but I won't go there because that's too deep, and this is a funny review, right? I don't think this episode was weak. If you consider the fact that where they started with episode 1, how Kelly and Ed did not get along, they were in a terrible spot. Remember, she cheated on him with the blue dude and he just all over the place. I mean, look where we're at now. They were able to be cordial, have dinner together, talk, be high as a kite, drunk as a kite, whatever you want to say, save each other time and time again, and you see their relationship come back together and they're back in love or whatnot. That's what made this show awesome, because of the relationships that are inside of it, the friendships that come back. Look at Bortis had a whole child. They crossed a whole lot of, they went there with this show. The development, even from Ed and his home, Ed and Grayson, their friendship, hilarious, super funny. We got our own version of R2D2. We have our own version of R2D2. That's what makes this show great. Now back to this finale. Kelly is the chosen leader. She's the chosen one. She's a healer, Santa almost. She's the highest praised person on this planet, which is crazy because she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to be idolized. She doesn't want to be worshipped. Most people would be like, heck yeah. But she's like, no. Everyone else with her is kind of almost like her disciples if you think about it. But according to Grayson, they are the fashion police, okay? Now, what I did like, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Kelly is usually in her blue attire. She's usually rocking her blue. Even when she was in even when she was blending in with the locals, she still was in a blue robe. Isn't that slick? That was slick. The 3 people were accused, cut with the same blade, right in the same spot of the wrist. And you know what threw me? Not the fact that it was very aggressive and violent. It was the fact that everybody was cut with the same blade. I'm like, oh, that's just nasty. Y'all are just spreading all kind of just diseases. And, I gasped. I gagged. Now, one of the things that I really liked seeing in the background of the show was the stained glass Kelly in the background at the church. I thought that was just so crazy good. I mean, I wanted her to be in marble and be a 5'8" statue, and it happened. I wanted them to show the galaxies and see the sun and talk about Earth or something outside of what we're used to seeing, and they did it. I can't complain. The only thing I hated about episode 12 was all the cutting. It was hella weird. What do you think about this episode? Y'all drop those comments below and let your girl know. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Hit like on the video. Couple questions for you guys. Are laws created out of fear? I think that's what they were trying to go with at this episode. Are you going with are they saying that people go with the flow of worship because that's the way it's been for 700 plus years? Is that what they're saying? Things just kept going for Kelly. She tried to do a kind act, and she didn't mean it in a malicious way. Yet, it had that domino effect on the world, on society. And we saw the news, we saw the preachers in the mega church, we saw the news, we saw the war zone, we saw places getting destroyed. And Kelly's like, I can't deal with this. And our guy, our robotic friend, sacrifices himself. I like this show. I think you have to think about some things. That's what they want you to do. And if you're willing to think and just watch and be entertained, you'll enjoy the show. If you're not willing to do any of that, you won't like this show. You'll be judging this show and like, oh, it's whack. It's not whack. It's very entertaining in my opinion. This episode was off the chain because we had comedy, evolution. Let me know what you guys thought. I feel like a lot of people probably are going to be like over their heads, or they're going to hate it, or they're going to be mad with the. What do you think about the religious leader? I thought that was genius to have him in white and the guy in red who was against his choice of, we have to tell the people. No, if you tell the people, there's no order, there's no respect. Right? Off the chain episode. Ed and Kelly didn't work out. We knew that was going to happen. We knew it. We knew it. Come on. That's the roller coaster ride of a relationship. As far as everybody always comparing them to Star Trek, don't. I don't think you should. Jeez, let it be. Can a show just be its own show? That's like Girlfriends TV show always being compared to Sex and the City. Why? Can it just be its own thing? Even those who want to compare Power to Empire, completely different. They have to compete because they're kind of sort of, because what, sci-fi? They're kind of sort of same category, sure, but completely different. So I'm not even going to touch the grounds on that. I enjoyed this episode, you guys. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. And if I missed a point, let me know. Let me know what you think. Until the next time, peace.